welcome to the first episode of... I don't have a name yet, but hopefully I will by the second. This is going to be a bit of a video diary vlog type series where I document what I'm up to during my time here abroad. For those of you who don't know, I've had this opportunity to travel abroad and teach English here in Spain. And so during my spare time I will be exploring Spain and Spanish culture as well as other neighboring countries. And so I thought this would be a really cool way to keep a diary of what I'm doing, as well as prove to my parents that I'm still alive. Additionally, I thought this might be a really handy way to really improve my video editing skills. If you're watching this, you are probably seeing how bad it is, because this is the second video I have ever edited in my life. And so I'm really hoping that over the next few months, as I make more episodes, you see an improvement in maybe the editing, in my presenting, in the way I'm filming, in the overall production. And I'm really hoping that there's a noticeable difference as we go on. Anyway, enough of this boring introduction. Let's get to the main section of this video. So as I was saying, I am currently teaching English at a school here in Spain, in the south of Spain, very close to Granada. And it's been an amazing experience so far. I've only been at the school for a few weeks, so I'm only starting to really get to know the students and the teachers, but so far so good. Everyone here has been very friendly, and it's been quite an exciting experience, getting to know new people and really starting to learn about Spanish culture. Although, if I'm being completely honest, my first few weeks, I would say, here were truly terrifying. I was very, very nervous and very scared. Coming to this city where very, very few people actually speak English, and myself being a non-Spanish speaker with little to no Spanish knowledge in the language, was a very daunting and difficult hurdle for me to overcome. But I'm grateful that I've made it this far, so I guess it can only get easier from here. So yeah, I guess so far so good. Coming to where I am now, I had to overcome many firsts. I'm renting my own place for the first time. I had to pay bills for the first time by myself, get internet, which was a huge nightmare. But yeah, so far so good. I really started to settle in. The school is great. The teachers have been super helpful and friendly. Students are actually a lot of fun to deal with. It's kind of interesting coming back to school, but now on the other side of the teacher's table. I guess that's one of many things that has been very new for me, trying to integrate and settle in here in Spain. But otherwise, it's been a surprisingly good experience so far. I was very hesitant to come here in the first place, but overall I'm very grateful that I took that leap of faith and made it and came, because I think just from what I've experienced so far, it's been an incredible experience, and I'm very happy that I've had the opportunity to do all of this. I guess beyond that, I'm really trying to perfect my Spanish. So I've really, going around, just seeing people living in the city, I really, started to learn a little bit more. Like, ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Mi motivo en la araña discoteca? Just a little bit of Spanish. You hear little bits here and there, just by sheer exposure. As well as that, I've been really it's been just an overall very interesting life experience. Self-growth and self-development, living by yourself. Starting to realize that, staying up until 2 in the morning because I can is probably not a great idea when you have to be at, when you have responsibilities and you have to be at school the next morning. But other than that, I think this has overall been a very good experience. Some other things that have happened in the last month while I've been here. Probably one of the more interesting things I was able to take part in was a very big fair, or feria as they say here. From my understanding, all the major cities have a big annual fair in celebration of a saint. I could be wrong about this, but this is what I've been told. And so one of the saints for this city, whose name escapes me right now, it was his day, I guess, and so there's a week-long celebration, and it was quite a fun experience. There's a lot of different rides and different activities at this fairground. It was quite a fun thing to see. Also a lot of different foods. It was really awesome to see all these different foods at the fairground, and I got to try a little bit of some of them. Of course, knowing me, the sweet stuff was always my favorite, like mini donuts and chocolate coated pastries. Like churros, they love their churros here, and rightfully so, because they're absolutely delicious. And I also love the fact that they're considered a breakfast meal and not a dessert, which I guess they're not really sweet, but still. Guess whose camera battery died? So anyway, one of the other things I've done in the last few weeks was to join my school on a field trip or excursion, which was a lot of fun actually. Basically, the school has these, I guess, team building activity excursions every year. So every single grade does it once a year, and it ends up being just a hike up one of the mountains. So the time that worked best for me was to join the grade 9 students on what ended up being an 18-kilometer hike up one of the surrounding mountains that is next to the city here. And it was, firstly very tiring, but also very fun experience. We got to climb up the mountains. You get a really beautiful scenic view of the whole city. I really got to connect with a few of the other students. I got to speak with them a lot. I ended up feeling like a bit of a celebrity. I had a whole entourage of students all around me asking me different questions, which was, a lot of fun for me to answer. I'm also very impressed with a lot of these students. Like, of course, their English is not great, but that's only because they are learning 3 different languages at the same time. So at my particular school, most of the students already know Spanish because of course it's their mother tongue, and then they are learning French and English at the same time from like year 7 to 12. And so that's like very impressive, something that I personally was very impressed by, and like just from something I wish I had the opportunity to do, me only speaking English and barely being able to speak Spanish now. It's just something that's been, I was very impressed by. But yeah, anyway, climbed up the mountains, got to see the city, you get to see all the olive farms that go for miles around the city. You just see all these tiny little green dots all across the horizon. And of course the mountains are pretty cool. There's this little rock structure, I can't remember what it's called, but it's the same word for like a gap in your teeth, because it's like 2 very square rocks and then you pass through the middle, so it kind of looks like the gap between your 2 teeth. And so you can walk through there and you go up to there's a big castle on top of the mountain. Definitely somewhere I'd like to go again with my camera and probably get some better photos. But yeah, overall it was lots of fun, very cool thing to do. Before I finish, I thought it would be a really cool idea for me to share some lessons or things I've learnt during my time, or whatever adventures I've been on. I feel that I've had some really interesting experiences while I've been here, and I have a few life lessons that I would definitely like to pass on. For example, always have a plan B, because more often than not, your plan A is going to fail. Like 9 times out of 10, no matter what you initially plan to do, it's going to go wrong. So always have a plan B and always have a backup plan, because that's probably what you're going to end up doing. Uh, Numerous times I've had that where, like, in my head, I had a plan, I'm going to do this and this and this, but first thing goes wrong, and that makes the second thing go wrong, and it makes the third thing just go all haywire. So definitely always have a plan B. It doesn't even help. It doesn't hurt to have a plan C either. Um, so definitely do that. Also, just be super aware of everything that's happening around you, and to yourself. Be like, just keep an eye out for things that don't seem right. Something that, if something seems a little suspicious, don't take chances. Also, and aware of yourself. Always make sure you have everything. Double check that you've taken everything if you're leaving a building or public transport, because you don't want to end up on your second day in Spain losing your wallet on a bus. It's not a fun ordeal to deal with. Fortunately, I managed to get it back, but it was definitely very scary at the time. Finally, I guess living by myself and paying for everything for myself has taught me to be a little bit more economical and money-wise when spending. It's because for the first time in my life, every single cent that I live off is something that I'm paying for. This is the first time living away from home where, like, my parents would pay the bills and I didn't have to pay rent, and there's always food in the kitchen. So just being very, just be aware of how much money you spend. A few ways that I've learned to save money is that, for example, you don't always have to buy name brand stuff. Occasionally, like, the knockoffs are just as good. Buy stuff when it's on sale, especially for, like, treats for yourself. Stock up for non-perishables when they're on sale. Another life hack here: if you like fish, because it's incredibly healthy, but you notice it's a little bit expensive, put a little bit of mayonnaise and pepper on cat food, and it tastes exactly like canned tuna. Indistinguishable. You put that on some toast, you put a little lettuce, ooh, you got a delicious lunch sandwich for you there. Another thing I discovered is that water bills can be kind of expensive, especially if you have bad habits like myself. So one way I've managed to work around this is that, if, for example, if you like long showers, have a shower every second day. At least then your showers can be twice as long, and you're not wasting water. Less, because at the end of the week you're still spending the same amount of water, but your showers and your shower time is more enjoyable because it's twice as long. So think about it. Anyway, I think that's it for this first episode. I really have no idea how this is gonna look, so I'm hoping that after I edit this video, I'll maybe be able to do stuff with the lighting and the sound and the camera filter and the camera angle and zoom and all the other stuff. Hopefully make this video, the next episode, look a little better. But as I said in the beginning, this is all a big learning experience for me. Most importantly, it's for me to learn how to get better at editing and making a video. So hopefully we see improvement by the next one. I do have 1 or 2 videos planned, so hopefully they'll come out within the next week, but who knows? Entirely depends on how lazy I am and will be. But I guess for now, that's it. Adios! Oh, what? Even more footage at the end? Bonus footage? Apparently, Adobe Premiere, the software I'm using to make this video, has a voiceover feature. And so I'm just testing it out, seeing how it works with some standard footage that I have. And if it works out well, I might use it in future videos to make the filming process a little easier. This is basically GoPro footage of my morning routine before getting up and getting ready to go to school. And also, I guess, a bit of a look into my uh, flat Yeah, in Spain. So I got the bedroom there on the left, kitchen behind camera. You can't really see the rest of it. And I got a bit of like a living space here with a table, a TV, and my colorful couch. But besides that, I guess it's about all of it.